the same as Saddam Hussein was when he was there. So that's the way I see the change in Iraq. You know, whenever we do decide to leave there, whoever's got the most money, the most power, and can hurt the most people is going to be in charge.
It's like the more things change, the more they stay the same. In that instance.
In that sense, yeah. You know, but that's their lifestyle. That's the way they. I mean, you know, there's no difference in their lifestyle than what we were when we first came to America. We took Americans, you know, so-called discovered this country, and you know what we did to the Indians and everything, and all this growing up is through slavery. You know, at the time when back in the cowboy days, they said we were uncivilized, and they started making laws and everything. Well, that's exactly what these guys have to go through, but they have to want it, or majority of the people have to want it. There's too much fear there, but for the people to step up. You know, they still believe that the man with the mighty gun is going to rule, and so forth. So, did we want it? And, you know, I think we won because we had superior power. The same thing is going to happen there. The guy with superior power is going to win. You know, whatever sect it is, Shiite.
Oh, you mean
who
won here in this country?
Well, Americans.
In this last election?
No. At the beginning.
Oh, you mean Revolutionary War?
Yeah.
You know,
okay. The Indians, you know, we came here with guns. They had bow and arrows.
All right.
We had superior power. You know, the guy that flexes his muscles the most with the best equipment is going to be the leader.
Do you think that's still the case, though? Because look what just happened in our country. We elected somebody who was saying there are better ways to do this than with military power. So are you saying that there are forms of power that are superior to military power? You know what I mean? Seems like that's what Obama is saying.
There will be, you know, but it has to happen here first before you can expect the world to accept, you know. And when I was talking about it, you know, I was referring to how we evolved, how the country evolved to where it is today. You know, that we were pretty much in the same boat as the Iraqis fighting for what they think is right. They don't want an outsider telling them how to live their life. And, you know, the Americans, when they first came to this country, you know,
the European,
they didn't, you know, I think their first war was with Europe, you know, but they had to fight the Indians that lived here for the territory because of, you know, the clash and the different lifestyles and so forth. So it's all the same, you know. You know, the Indians was doing it before we got here. You know, all the different factions of Indian tribes. Who ruled the most territory was a guy with the most braves and, you know, determination in everything. So, and can it be? It's going to be a struggle the same way we did, same way it was for us to elect a black president. You know, that change where there's a peaceful way of doing things. It will evolve, but not right now. You know, over time, yes, there will be peaceful ways of negotiating and working things out. But as long as everybody flexes their muscles and with weapons and everything, there won't be any change. You know. From that perspective. So, what do you think?
About change?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking when you were talking, I get to do a lot of work with the tribal leadership here in the area, the 58 tribes here in kind of the region. I've had one tribal elder say to me, this state you call Oregon, because, you know, back in the day, there were no lines on the ground, right? There still aren't. But so Oregon, Alaska, Washington, Idaho, Montana. And one of the things that is interesting in that conversation is
No. You're talking about a conversation. I'm asking you, what do you think
What do
on
I
a
think?
personal level?
About change.
Yeah. I mean, how does it affect you? What does change do for you? What are you seeing as change?
I see that inside of citizens of the United States and in conversation and therefore in communities, the understanding of change is shifting. It's becoming lots more sophisticated. And it has to do with kind of a collective, sort of what you were talking about, a collective growing up of our country and of our communities and of our capacity to, when things get bad, to come out of more wisdom, to kind of take a deep breath and come out of more wisdom than immediately dropping into, I'm right, you're wrong, I live, you die. And I think that's an enormous change. That's just an idea I have that that's what's happening. So I don't know it for sure, but because I'm a social psychologist, I'm curious to go around and really hear what people are saying and see if what it seems like to me is happening is evident in what people are saying themselves about change. The other thing I think is that the intelligence of the American public has been way underestimated. And that if we have the opportunity to really slow down and listen to one another, that even though we have differences in the way we live our lives, we have a lot more in common in terms of what we're after. You know, we want our kids to have it better than we have it. We want simple things like to wake up in the morning, right? We want health care, but we don't want it just for us. We'd like everybody to have health care because we get it that that's better for the whole system. We want to love and be cared about. You know, pretty simple stuff on the one hand, but it takes a level of wisdom to be able to allow that to happen instead of getting scared and go into that, like I said, I'm right, you're wrong, I live, you die.
Yeah, that I'm right, you're wrong. That's just like the struggle that all of us have every day with diets. You can't just change your way of life. I'm changing, I'm on a diet, I'm not having this, I'm not having that, this is what I'm doing. That diet is not going to last too long.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's right.
Same way with government and everything else. You can't just expect this change to just happen overnight. And, you know, if you take it a little bit at a time, you know, the change will come about.
Yeah.
And everything. The same way you know, if you go in there like you do on a diet, rush in there, I got this bad diet, I'm going to just eat tomatoes. Or from now on, or cucumbers, or whatever, you know, your diet is going to be, you know, and, you know, it's not going to happen, or it's not going to last very long, you know, and, you know, it's a challenge, you know, just like you say, everybody wants a better life for their kids, and they struggle and they hustle to make that happen, but in the process, you're overachieving the next guy. You know, and so that creates tension because this guy has the ability to get more than I got, you know. So
right.
Until we get on a level where there is no difference, you know, you can, you know, work as hard as you want, you can't gain any more than this, or, you know, I don't know if it's credits or points or whatever, you know, you have to be. But the guy with the most money thinks he is better than the guy that doesn't.
That's right.
You know, the same way with Medicare. You know, everybody wants everybody to have medical help and everything. But there's a lot of people out there that don't want to do anything. You know, you have to take that in consideration. You know, that's why the Republicans say, why should we be taking care of,
It's a good question.
you know,
Yeah.
of these people that the Democrats have programs for. You know, everybody should be able to provide by themselves, but everybody can't be at the top. You know, so